What do you hear? What do you hear?
Good.
You sure? There we go. Okay. Thank you.
No video though.
Yeah, I know. And it's not live yet. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Hello. I wasn't sure if this was working. Is it? Is it working? Okay. Hello. Welcome. Welcome back. It has been approximately a couple of days since you last seen me. Me as in Deadpool. If you can tell, I do have a new friend. Some loser got the same tattoos on his arm, so I'm sure you'll see him at some point. Maybe on Thursday. Definitely Saturday. So today is the day for Deadpool reads you a story. And it is a very good one, handpicked by myself. It's about a friend who loses a friend, and then finds the friend, and then they have friends. That's pretty much it. I got nothing else. This is going to be a very short stream. So, come on in, gather round, grab your hot cocoa, or whatever beverage you prefer, and be ready to be amazed by the tale of nobody likes a goblin. You can see here that there's a little goblin. Oh, nope, wrong hand. This is the right hand. That's a goblin. And these are adventurers. Good old adventurers. Adventurers doing what adventurers do. They steal stuff. So, we're going to start. Nobody likes a goblin. So it'll be a little bit easier this time with just one screen. So, we'll see how this goes. So, nobody likes a goblin. Here's a cover page. Nobody ever looks at it. So, our story starts. Deep in a dungeon, the bats were sleeping soundly, and Goblin woke to a new day. So there we are, deep in this dungeon. And there is the hero of our story, Mr. Goblin. He lit the torches, he fed the rats, he gnawed on an old boot for breakfast, and he thought about the day ahead. There it is. Doing all his little chores for the day. I think I'll go see Skeleton, said the goblin. Skeleton lived in the treasure room, and he was Goblin's very best friend. They counted bats, they played roll the dice, and Skeleton told Goblin stories from the days he was a mighty warrior. He even let Goblin try on his old crown. Look at me, said Goblin. I'm the Goblin King. But then came the sound of boots on stone. The most terrifying sound for a Goblin King. Adventurers were storming the dungeon. Look at them, all high and mighty. They scared the rats. They knocked over the torches. They plundered the pantry. And Goblin hid under his bed until they went away. So frightened. The adventurers took everything. They took the gold, they took the maps, the books, the gems, and the scrolls, and they took Skeleton. So Goblin put on his crown, and he walked out into the wide world to find his friend. Goblin had one neighbor, a hill troll that lived in a cave nearby. "I'm looking for my friend Skeleton," Goblin told him. "I saw your friend," said the troll. "He was with the adventurers who took my honk honk away over the mountains." "I'll get your honk honk back," said the goblin. "Be careful," said the troll. "Nobody likes a goblin." "I'll be okay," said Goblin. And away over the mountains. Little baby dragons. On the far side of the mountains, Goblin met a farmer. "I'm looking for my friend Skeleton," said Goblin. "Ah!" shrieked the farmer. "A filthy goblin!" Pretty sure this old man lives with us. And he chased Goblin down the road. The farmer chased Goblin right through an inn full of elves. "Ugh," said the innkeeper. "A disgusting little goblin." "Catch it! Catch it!" cried the elves. Oh, and they tried. The farmer, the innkeeper, and the elves chased Goblin to the end of the haunted swamp, and there Goblin saw the adventurers pulling a cartload of spoils. And sitting on top of the treasure was... "Skeleton!" shouted Goblin. "Get that goblin!" shouted everyone. Goblin grabbed a hold of his friend and ran. Goblin and Skeleton ran through the haunted swamp until they passed a cave. "We're hiding here," said Goblin. The whole town and the adventurers after them. "They're looking for us," said Skeleton. "They will find us soon." "I know," said Goblin. "Troll was right. Nobody likes a goblin." Pretty sure I jacked those voices up. That should have been the goblin saying that, but we'll roll with it. "Well, I like a goblin." No, that's the troll. No. I lost the skeleton voice, so we're going to go with... "I'd like a goblin." See, no, that still wasn't right. Anyway, said the skeleton, and the two friends sat together and waited for their doom. But then... "Excuse me," said a voice from the back of the cave. Two little friends. Goblin turned and saw many eyes staring at him from the darkness. "Do you know who else likes a goblin?" said the voice. It looks menacing. I bet you it's a whole bunch of bats. "More goblins!" So it's a whole goblin family. "We saw your crown," said the other goblins. "Are you the goblin too?" Goblin thought for a moment. "Yes," he said. "Yes, I am." Oh, Mr. We must defend the Goblin King, said the goblins. And they did. The farmer, the innkeeper, and the elves ran for the hills. And the adventurers, well, they were never heard from again. And so, Goblin and the skeleton and their new friends traveled together back through the swamp, up the road, over the mountains, down the hill. And Troll got his little Hong Kong back. And home to the dungeon. And thus concludes Storytime with Deadpool. Nobody Likes a Goblin was written by Ben Hataki. This was a fairly good book. There's a bunch of them on Amazon, so if you are interested in them, please check them out there. It seems like it's a good series, and it's, kind of cute, I guess. So, yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. That's the 300, 400 incentive for Extra Life. So thank you for all your generous donations. And we'll be back on Thursday with some type of video game because this is just a bit ridiculous. Bye bye now.